Today I'm going to be doing my October wrap-up and November TBR or reading plans or whatever you want to call it, and I apologize that this is going up so late. It's already November 18th, so November is almost over, but I felt like I couldn't bear to not do this video, and I didn't want to mess up my monthly streaks of wrap-ups, and I had a great month for October, so I'm just going to jump right in and get started. I ended up reading 7 books, so I had a pretty good reading month, and coincidentally, all of the books are like vampire related, which did not happen on purpose, but if you watched my wrap-up from the previous month from September, then you know that I reread the first 3 Twilight books. So at the very beginning of October, I finished the last one, which is Breaking Dawn. I think I finished this like the 2nd or 3rd day of October. So this I completed, and then after finishing that, I wanted just something new to read. I didn't have any books really, and I went to the bookstore and I decided to pick up Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead because I've heard great things about the series, and I was curious. There wasn't really anything that had stuck out to me more than this one, so I decided to read this and give it a shot, and I fell in love with this book. So for the rest of the month, I read the entire Vampire Academy series, and there are 6 books, so I am just head over heels in love with the series. I cannot even tell you guys enough. So I read Vampire Academy, Frostbite, which is the 2nd one, Shadow Kiss, which is the 3rd one, Blood Promise, which is the 4th, and then there is Spirit Bound, and the last one is Last Sacrifice. So I absolutely love these books. I think I read all 6 of them in like a 2-week period. They are so addicting and just so good. Like, they just draw you in and make you want to like keep reading them, and I love them. So I highly recommend you guys to check these out if you like vampire books at all. And I know some people may not like Twilight and stuff like that, but if you don't like Twilight, I would still give these a shot because they're a lot different than Twilight. And I know a lot of people tend to compare like vampire series and stuff with Twilight, just because Twilight is kind of like at the top, but these are completely different. They have a different style and a different spin on kind of the vampire world, and I love them. And I think that the most similar kind of series to this for me is the House of Night series by PC and Kristen Cast, which I've read the first like 1.5 books of, like the first one and then half of the second, and honestly I really don't care for those books that much. I know a lot of people like them, and I kind of wanted to get back into them and to kind of read the whole series, but I've heard like after the first 3 they just go like more and more ridiculous, and I really wasn't as crazy about those in the first 2. So it's kind of similar to that, and like they're at a boarding school type of environment. However, these are so much better, and I really don't think they're like anything like the actual plot of House of Night. I just think like the overall idea of like vampires at a boarding school kind of thing is similar. So I highly recommend you guys to give those a read because they are amazing books. Definitely one of my top favorite series of all time now, and these are the first books that have really made me like very excited about reading in a long time. As far as like a series goes, like I felt like I do with Harry Potter with these books because I just could not stop reading them. I was like a mad woman. Like, I was going to get those books like the day after. Like, I finished one like at like 2 in the morning, and I was like driving to Barnes & Noble at like 9:30 that morning to get the next one. So I highly recommend you guys to read them because they are fabulous. And I was supposed to do book reviews for all of them. I told you guys that I was going to do that a while back, and again, I've just been swamped to where I only had the first 2 filmed and uploaded. So I apologize for that because I hate saying I'm going to do something and not doing it. So if you guys would still be interested in those, let me know below. I might try and still squeeze out the 3rd through the 6th. The only problem is I'm starting to kind of like mesh them together. And then I actually had filmed, I think 3 and 4, but when I went back to edit the footage, they were just very like kind of just like a recap of what happened, and I felt like they weren't as interesting as talking like more specifically. So I was gonna refilm them, and I just never got around to it. So I may go back and do those one day or eventually. Let me know if you guys still want to see individual book reviews for all of them. And then at this point I may just go back and do an entire series review as well. But I do have a review of the first one, which is completely spoiler free. If you have not read these and you want to kind of check out what they're about, I'll link that below. And then for those of you who have read them, I did do one for Frostbite as well, which is the second book, and that one is just like a discussion full of spoilers and things like that. So I have those two, and all that will be linked below, as well as all of these books. So that is pretty much it for October. I had a pretty good month, like I said, with reading. I felt very accomplished because I read this entire series, and I'm so excited that I have all of these to put on my bookshelf now because they look so good together. So as far as November goes, we're like almost done with November, and I really haven't had like much luck with reading this month. I was planning on reading The Hunger Games and trying to get through those because the movie comes out this weekend, and I don't foresee that happening. But the good news is I do go home for Thanksgiving break at the end of this week, so hopefully next week I'll get a lot of reading done. But I do have some new books that just arrived that I will probably be working on, but I don't want to share what those are because I have a book haul that is coming after this video. So probably either day after this or the 2 days after this one uploads, that one will be live. So I'm probably going to pick some of those. But check that out to see what books I got. I ordered from both Amazon and Barnes & Noble, so I have some good books. And I would love to hear your all's feedback about what I should read from the ones that I bought, because you guys are really good about that. So I guess that's kind of like a fail on November reading plans, because it's just like, November's just a mess. So that is all for today. Very short, very quick video. I hope you guys had a fabulous month for October and that you're enjoying November so far. Be sure to let me know what you're reading right now, since it's the mid-October. It's mid-November, and I would love to know what you guys are enjoying and give me some more ideas of books to read in the future. So that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye guys!